awesome.
Hi guys, welcome to another action-packed episode of Real Life 101, the show that steps into the lives of fascinating people to see what it's really like to do what they do. Today, we're coming at you from Senator Thomas J. Dudd Memorial Stadium, home of the Norwich Navigators. Have you ever put on your shoes and had one of those disgusting spiders or cockroaches tickle your toes? How about a little revenge? Well, today, Joey gets his own revenge when he hangs out with an exterminator.
Have you ever wondered what it would be like to design clothes for a living? I mean, someone had to decide what all the in colors and the new designs were going to be. They were coming at you from the Garment District in New York City. And right behind us are all the trucks that are loading and unloading all of the fashions that you and I will be seeing in the stores soon. Three really cool guys that design clothes for a living.
And if you're an extreme sports fan, then you're gonna love what this guy does. He puts on extreme sporting events.
So be sure to stick around because we're hanging out with some really cool people right here on Real Life 101.
We'll be right back with more Real Life 101.
Welcome back, guys. Right now, I'm standing in front of the field where they're actually going to be playing a game. We're hanging out with the Norwich Navigators, and we're going to find out everything there is to know about this place.
All right, guys, we're getting ready to go in there and be a part of a live broadcast of the game. Let's go, dude. This is going to be awesome. All right.
Fun with Norwich. We have with us some people from the show Real Life 101, and we have like 87 cameras in the room here. We have with us Jeremy. How you doing, Jeremy?
Doing great.
Now here with the play-by-play is Jeremy.
Wow.
All right, well that was a bit inside for our listeners a little bit about the show.
What we do is we go out and we see people who have interesting jobs, and so basically we come in here like we're doing right now, see what you do.
So Mark and I have interesting jobs, is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying.
You a Yankee fan at all?
Yeah, they're...
We'd like to thank Jeremy for stopping by this afternoon. We're now speaking with Zuby.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Doing good. How are you doing?
Not too bad.
You guys have pretty cool jobs. I mean, what's the best part about your job?
My job is to sit and talk about baseball, and I get to see every pitch of every game.
See, this is awesome. This is a really cool job here.
Now I understand this is your first baseball game.
Right.
How's it going so far?
It's going good. I'm learning a lot.
Maybe you can step in and be a broadcaster.
Hey, maybe that's an idea.
2-1 that counts to Mark Pazinski. 2 outs, nobody on, top of the second. Here's the wind by Jansen.
Zuby, why don't we have you get involved and read the scoring update from the Yankee game?
From a guy who has never been to a ball game. Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
And now here's Zuby with the Bartow Refrigeration scoreboard.
There you go. You can start anywhere you like.
At Oakland, first game, scoring update. Single by Bernie Williams scored Chuck Knobloch. Situation, 1 run in. Bernie Williams on first. Derek Jeter on third. 1 out. Current score, New York Yankees 2, Oakland 3. Top of the third.
Simple enough. Sign him up.
He did that with a real sense of urgency. I mean, it wasn't just us kicking back and reading a score. This scoring update from Oakland.
Thanks, man. That was great. Thanks, Jeremy.
Hey, thanks. That's a lot of fun. Thank you, sir. It's been good.
Dude, that was so cool, dude.
So awesome,
That was
man.
great, dude. Hey guys, this is gonna be awesome too.
Hey guys, today we're coming at you from EDMC, and today we're here with
Eli, and I do the business end of the company.
Dean, and I do the prints.
And I'm Mitch, and I handle the production.
How did you all get started with this?
We all grew up in New York City together, and we had the idea when we were about 13 years old.
Do you all go to school for this?
Well, none of us have any fashion background. Dean has art background. I went to art school.
How about you? Shake any marketing business?
No, I was an English fine arts major. Grown up in a business environment my whole life.
Now tell me a little bit how EDMC actually came about.
Mitchell and Eli had this idea after a friend of mine, I went through his closet and I found all these old shirts with these crazy prints on it. And these guys came up with this idea without me knowing about it for maybe making a company that would make these kind of shirts.
We had this idea in high school as sort of a way to capitalize on Dean's talent. I decided to use my last year's college tuition to sort of start the company. And I came back to New York City while these guys were still in school. And I started figuring out how to actually make a garment, how to get an image onto a fabric and cut it up and sew it up, and started the company.
So who do you distribute to?
Urban Outfitters, Delia's, Wet Seal, Bloomingdale's, a lot of boutiques around the country.
What sorts of clothes do you make?
Skirts, halter tops, tube tops.
Anything that a young girl needs to live out a day, we'll supply.
What's the best part about your job?
I think seeing someone on the street wearing our clothes, happy, enjoying our product.
You also get to express yourself, make stuff that's creative.
Are there any downsides to your job?
Long hours, stress.
We're very young, we have very little experience in a serious industry. It's basically controlled by 50, 60-year-old men.
So if there was someone watching the show and they wanted to be in the fashion industry, what advice would you give to them?
Go to school, learn, work for some companies, get experience. By just jumping into it, you either sink or swim, but it's very stressful. I wouldn't necessarily recommend that.
Then again, if we can do it, so could anybody.
Yeah.
So
Or just
go
jump
for
in.
it.
What's kind of an incoming salary for someone that's right out of college looking to do this?
Designers make great money.
You make anywhere from 25 to 60,000 a year. There's good money in it.
More if you're there for a while.
talented.
Obviously that income is for someone that was working for someone else, but you guys, you went the route of having your own company, and obviously that's the best for you. How do you guys feel about that?
Having your own company, you're entitled to all the profits, but yet you're also responsible for growing the company. So the more you take out, the less there is for the company. Until you reach a certain point where your income is higher than your expenses, you're scratching by. In the long run, if you're successful, the way to make the most money is to have a big chunk of the company.
So if you're independent, this is the way to go.
It's more about building your company than it is about making tons of cash. When you start your own company, it's because you have a dream and an inspiration. So it's expressing that inspiration, not just how much you can line your pockets.
What advice do you guys give to someone that's clueless about what they want to do for a living?
I'll give them the advice my dad gave me, which was very helpful. It's very normal not to know what you want to do. So the best way to approach it is to figure out what you don't want to do. Take jobs wherever you can get jobs. Just a process of elimination, you'll figure out what you want to do.
Now you're going to want to stick around because when we come back, Joey is going to get revenge on all those things that creep and crawl their way into our homes. We're talking about bugs.
Stay tuned for more Real Life 101.
Hi guys, welcome back to Real Life 101.
Hey guys, we're here with Chris. Chris, nice to meet you.
Pleased to meet you.
Let me get this straight. You picked out everything that's in the store?
I'm the Director of Merchandise for the Norwich Navigator. It entails designing apparel, purchasing the apparel, and staffing the store and management. We meet with various vendors. They show us their product lines, and then we decide which apparel to bring in.
How'd you get into this?
I majored in sports administration and I have a degree in sports administration from Temple University, so I had some educational training which allowed me to gain this position.
You bitty little club, so cute.
Just think, this next guy gets to get revenge on all those bugs that take over our home and gets paid for it.
Hi guys, we're here at Truly Nolan. We're gonna take out some of those nasty pests that everybody hates. I am the exterminator. I want to wipe out your bugs. Hello.
Joey, welcome to Truly Nolan. You ready for your first day?
Yeah.
Great. We got a lot of bug problems out there. We got to get started. You drive.
Cool. All right.
Joey?
Yeah?
You're going to drive this one.
This car looks pretty weird. When you guys drive, do you have to keep the windows rolled up because of the mouse on the side?
No. It's kind of optional. All right, Joey, here we are in the customer's kitchen. This is one of the #1 areas for pests, so we're going to have to check it out real close. Make sure there isn't any here.
So what got you started in doing this?
Well, actually, I started doing the bug business as a summer job while I was in college, and I've just kind of stuck with it ever since.
What kind of training did it take?
It's kind of great because it is a career that you don't necessarily have to have a college education if you don't want to. You can really learn on the job. And there's all different types of training. Not only do you have to learn how to kill bugs, but you have to learn about chemicals, and you have to learn about business as well because it is a business. Joey, why don't we start by you checking out underneath the sink for me. A lot of bugs like to come up through the plumbing pipe, so we want to check back in there real close to make sure there isn't anything coming up there. So let's take a look back there.
I don't see any bugs.
Okay, good deal. Well, we got to check all these cracks and crevices in here because that's where the bugs like to hide. Let me start by taking off one of these light switch covers over here and see if we can find anything back here.
What's your typical day like?
Well, Joey, a typical day is usually visiting about 8 to 10 customers, checking out their house inside and out, make sure there's no bugs. That's what we do.
What was that you just put in there?
Well, what I just put in there is a little bit of boric acid, and that's a kind of a natural compound that's mined out of the ground. And the bugs and roaches and things really like to get around the electrical outlets because it's nice and warm there. And if they come there, they're not going to be too happy. All right, Joey, the kitchen looks pretty clean. Let's go check out the dining room.
Okay.
All right, Joey, why don't you check around this window for me, see if you see any cracks you think are big enough for bugs to get in. Maybe up here a little bit, huh? You know, Joey, one time they used to have to use real high-grade sprays to kill bugs, and they used to smell a lot. Today, everything's pretty much environmentally friendly. Small amounts of bait or small amount of dust is all that's needed to control bugs. And a homeowner like in this home won't smell anything after we leave.
What's the best part about your job?
Probably the best part of my job is going out to a frantic homeowner and having the opportunity to try to kind of ease their fear and their fright. A lot of people have a lot of fear about bugs.
What's the worst part about your job?
When you get to a house and it's really loaded with roaches, that's probably the worst. All right, Joey, the key to good pest control is keeping the bugs out. You know, we checked the inside looks pretty good. Now we need to really check around the outside and make sure there's no cracks or anything that bugs can get in. If there are, we're gonna have to seal those up. Now let's check behind these bushes, Joey. Pull some bushes back and look behind there. It looks pretty good.
It looks here like you guys did a pretty good job. What's the average salary?
Well, I'd say our average starting earnings are somewhere between $20,000 and $30,000 a year. You get full benefits with that, all their insurances and vacations, all the perks you would expect with any full-time job.
Well, if there was somebody who was interested in maybe getting into this field, what advice would you give them to help them out?
Well, there's a variety of websites on the internet that talk about bugs and bug careers. Our website they can go to is www.truly.com. the University of Florida's entomology department, the University of Idaho's entomology department, Arizona. All of them will talk about different aspects of the business and give them a general knowledge about bugs.
Thanks for letting me come along today.
Well, you're welcome, Joey. And hey, if television doesn't work out, listen, you come back and see me. You can work for us anytime.
We are the Sycamore A's. Real Life 101. We'll be right back.
Welcome back, because this is where it's at.
Guys, I'm here with Lou. This has got to be too cool. You work in professional baseball. Tell me a little bit about what you do here.
Well, Zuby, I'm a group sales manager here at the Navigators. Our job is to pack the park. All the people that you see in the park right here tonight, our job is to book those groups to get in here and fill up the seats. Not only do we only sell groups and pack the park that way, but when game time comes, we all go off to do other jobs. It's like we have two jobs. Personally, I move on to the promotions end of it, and I go down onto the field and coordinate the national anthem singer, all of our first pitch, ceremonial first pitches that we have on the field. For instance, tonight we have the famous chicken, which I'm sure you'll see some of later. Businesses from the local areas promote those events. We give them a first pitch on the field and announce that their business is sponsoring the event, and they get a little publicity out of it, and the fans get a good kick out of it. Basically, down on the field, I just get everything off before 7:05 so that the Navigators can throw the first pitch and get underway.
Now it's time to catch up with Jeremy, because he spent the day with the coordinator of an extreme sports extravaganza. So sit back and check it out.
Hey guys, I'm here with Sean, and Sean has a rather interesting career. Sean, why don't you tell everybody what it is that you do?
Kind of looking at it back here, but what we do is we set up extreme sporting events, whether it be BMX, watercraft, wakeboarding, pretty much all of it. If it's under the extreme category, we set them up.
How long have you actually been doing this?
I've been involved in competing and being involved in orchestrating events over the last 10 to 15 years.
Did you take any business classes or anything to help you?
When I was in college, I majored in business. School was definitely an asset to where I'm at right now.
And how'd you get involved in this?
I originally was a competitor, competed in lots of the sports, got involved in watercraft, did a little BMX and wakeboarding, and one thing led to another. Next thing you knew it, we were running our own events.
Is this a tough field to get into?
I would say it's a unique field. I wouldn't say tough. It's really a lot of who you know, what kind of contacts you have, and sponsorship-wise, competitor-wise.
What do you say is the best part about your job?
That is something that I love doing.
Do you have like a downside though?
There's always a downside to every job. I mean, every good side there's a downside to, I believe. But, you know, the outcome is when all these racers leave and everybody's happy, and we have the end of the day and everybody's like, good job, that's what makes it all worth it to us at the end of the day.
What can someone sort of expect to get like pay-wise in this?
Well, your options are limited. I mean, if you're involved as a racer, it really depends on what kind of support you're getting from the factories or from your sponsors. Someone like me being on the promoter side, it really depends on what step you take it to. Traditionally, each race isn't going to make us a lot of money. We usually break even on our events and make all of our money on our sponsorship.
What advice would you give to someone who wanted to get into this field?
Experience. I know what I'm doing, and if it's something that you know like the back of your hand, then it's a lot easier for you to get it done.
What advice would you give to someone who doesn't know what they want to do?
Figure out a niche. I mean, figure out something you enjoy doing, something your heart's in. If your heart's behind it, it's going to make your job a lot easier. I appreciate it. Real Life 101.
Today we took a look at some pretty unusual career ideas. That goes to show that the perfect career for you might be something you just haven't thought of yet. So keep your eyes open and investigate jobs or careers that are related to things that are interesting to you.
Be sure not to limit your thinking, because there are literally thousands of options out there. If you want more great career ideas, just join us next time, right here at Real Life 101. And just remember, whatever it is you decide to do, focus on your dreams. The sky's the limit.